Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about cord cutting. Cord cutting is a ceremony, a very beautiful spiritual ritual, in where one would imagine that they're cutting the negative energetic cord between them and another person. And the reason I want to cut this cord is because somebody else's negative energy is affecting their field. The problem with this is there are limitations to this beautiful ceremony, this beautiful spiritual ritual, is that if somebody was able to actually hook you into their energy, hook you into their negative energy, then something inside of you was a vibrational match to their negative energy. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been magnetically connected. It wouldn't have been magnetically drawn to each other, because energy is vibrational and the same vibrations are drawn toward each other. So chances are, if somebody was able to hook you into their energy, then what they did is they really triggered some kind of negative energy inside of you that you may not have been aware of. And when somebody does that, it's like you're in this moment of disempowerment, this moment of vulnerability, this moment where they were able to actually pull you out of your mood and drop you so quickly into this feeling of disempowerment. And if they were able to do that, then really what they did is they found that spot in you by being who they are and doing something or saying something or not doing something that caused that to trigger inside of you. So really what they did is they just basically woke up an old wound. So when you're doing a ceremony to cut them off, that's great. But what about that wound that's still inside of you, the hook? Because it's only going to get triggered again by somebody else who's going to, in that moment, be able to hook into you with their negative energy and trigger what's going on inside of you, because this is a vibrational match. So the only way to stop others from hooking into you and giving you those moments of feeling disempowered is to find out where you felt disempowered in the first place that you haven't healed. And chances are that's an old wound because you're not even aware of it. It's probably just suppressed inside of you, and somebody was able to trigger it. So when you're doing these ceremonies, think about that there's a possible psychological attachment to an old wound that you have, which caused you to be able to give your power up to somebody else so quickly. Something was happening inside of you. Something was able to get reawakened inside of you that was dormant. And when they had the ability to do that, it's not that they have power over you. It's just that you allowed yourself to be disempowered at another time. And that was probably when you weren't able to do anything about authority over you or somebody having power over you, which threw you in a place of disempowerment. And that feeling is so devastating to our souls that if we don't work through it, we end up just suppressing it and holding it deep inside of us because we can't process it. It's a really difficult feeling to process. So because it's still wrapped up inside of you, it's stuck as an pocket of energy in you, a lower vibration, and the rest of you might be in a very positive high vibration. And all of a sudden somebody says something or does something or doesn't do something that you needed them to do, and they triggered that pocket of energy. It's not because they had power over you in that moment. It's because they actually had power over an old wound, because that's still a vulnerable part of you. So that's where you have to heal, not just cut them off, but also heal. And once you heal that pocket of energy, and once you heal what needs to be healed inside of you, you're no longer going to have that pocket of negative energy. So there's going to be nothing for anybody else to hook onto. So now you don't have to worry about, you got to keep doing these rituals over and over and over again, because really, what are they doing? They're helping you manage it, but they're not helping you actually heal it. So not that I don't like these ceremonies, they're absolutely beautiful and they do work. If there's no psychological attachment going on inside of you, you have to be able and willing to go deeper and find out what was going on inside of you that caused them to hook into you. So when you're doing that ceremony, you also want to bring up that part of you that is still energetically bound to your soul from an old wound. That also has to be healed. So these things kind of work together, healing and then cutting, not just cutting without doing the healing work. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and share it if others could benefit from it. And if you want to be notified of future videos or meditations or hypnosis audios that I do post on this channel, just hit that little bell and you will get notified when I post them. So many blessings to you and thank you for joining me today.